How's everybody doing today, and thanks again for tuning in on the Wheeler Detailers YouTube channel. My name is Martin, and today we have behind the camera Megan. Yeah, so she's our new colleague, and together with Megan we really want to focus on video to bring our content more up to date. I'm gonna talk about in this video, I'm gonna show you and demo you 3 types of battery polishers. Here on this trolley we have the Krauss A75, which is this one. From Flex we have the PXE here, which is this one, really compact. And from Rupes we have the HLR 75, which is this one. And I purposely chose these polishers, and for example not the hybrid from Rupes, because these polishers can all be equipped with 75, or Stanley equipped with 75mm or 3-inch backing plates. And with that you can run pads between 70 and 80 millimeters, which makes them suitable for a lot of jobs around the car. And in this case you can use it on trunk lids, on B and C pillars, on door jambs. So it's got a little bit more purposes for me, and I think for you as well. So with that I decided which battery polisher do we have on 75 to 80 millimeters on backing plate and pads. So I've got my chargers already filling up the batteries, and let's start with the first one, the Krauss A75. So here we have the Krauss A75 compact battery polisher, which is actually like the Krauss S75, which is normally with a power cord on it, but in this case it's with a battery. We've got a battery here on the charger. The charger says it's green, you can also see that here, so it's 100% full. And I can actually also check that here. If I press the button, all lights are blue. So, and then here there's a clip on this side, which I can press, and with that release it from the charger. And I can slide it actually onto the polisher until it clicks. Now if we look at the machine, how heavy is it? So I think on specs it was without battery 1.7 kilos, and I would estimate this around 2.5. We can actually also weigh it to have it for sure. Then I've got the accelerator here, and I've got a button to press here to put it on the auto setting, cruise control, and I can adjust the speed dial here on top. So let's switch it on, have it on 1. Press it in here for auto. I would say on noise level it's super low. It's an orbital, but I have to say also on vibrations in the back of the screen I think it's quite well balanced. But of course we have to test it as well on the rear bumper of the van. But first impressions are quite good. So I want to first check how large the throw is, the orbital throw that it makes. Before I'm saying wrong things, I also sometimes have to look up the specs. I think it's 12 millimeters, that's right. So if you check out the CarCat24 website, you can see the kits. And the kits have some info, what do you get in the kit, as well as the speed setting, the orbital throw, the diameter of the backing plate, the weight, etc, etc. So gives you a nice overview. I want to do a small section on the rear bumper, so let me tape off a little bit here. 3 sections for the Krauss, the Flex and the Rupes, and just to see how powerful it is, or not, I'm not sure. I used some Kovax masking tape for that, and just to give it a go as a first impression, I'm gonna put on my yellow Delta polishing pad, which is for swirls. Put a little bit of menzerna 2500, which is a swirl remover on it. prime the pad a little bit. In this case, you can do that with waterless wash. That goes. So this is the before. We can see swirls and scratches all over the place. I'm not sure if I can actually do this with 2500 in yellow, but I'll give it a go. And have to make a polishing video of it anyway. Cool. 100 over the surface. A little bit much. Make sure the machine is on setting 1 before I spread it out. Then I'll switch it on here and put it on auto. So, until it's evenly divided. And then I'm gonna speed it up. Runs very smooth. While it's in my hand, if you can feel my left hand, you can see where it's positioned. And to be honest, the weight of the battery doesn't bother me at all. So also if I tilt the machine a little bit, I don't get any fast pad stalling like this. It keeps on keeping its orbital movement. So. Good first impression. Let me get a clean side of my towel and wipe away the rest. So I wiped away the polishing rests. This is only a one step what I did on a medium pad with the Menzerna 2500 medium polish swirl remover. So this is how it was. This is how it is, only after one step. I think it's very good. Very, very good. And I also have to say, the machine runs very smoothly. It's quiet, it's powerful enough. I didn't experience any pad stalling, also when I didn't come close to the edge. So first impression is very positive. So let's move on to the next one. I've got the flex charger hanging here, and I've got the battery there as well, which is much lighter and a much smaller battery. This is 2.5 ampere and 10.8 volts. There are also 2 in the kit. Here we go with that one, and we slide it until it clicks. You can also check how full it is. Push the button on the battery, and here we see all lights are on, so that means it's full. Let me put in the axle and the backing plate. There are actually more axles in this kit. This is maybe also nice to see. Sort of an unboxing video. You've got 3 axles. One is a rotary axle. I believe this is this one. And then you have 2 orbital axles. And one is for the small backing plates, like this one, and the other one is for the large 75mm backing plate that I would like to compare with the other polishes. So yeah, this one here. There we go. Okay, and here you can see, here you put in the backing plate. Because the axle is a little bit out of the center, this is where you get your orbital movement from. But it works really nice, I think. One time you have to tilt this ring, and then you have to put in the axle and then lower the ring again so it's tight. Then Here we in here and make sure it's connected tight. This is interesting. Here you can control the speed. Nice. And you can switch it off. It's only like a slow start. And then press it here, all the way forward and down to get it on full speed. I get it. So, first impression, super compact. It's only for one hand. It's also much lighter, but also have to say the battery is half the size that the Krauss battery is. But you get good value for your money because you get 2 batteries standardly in the Flex PXE kit. The charger is over there, you can also get that standardly. You get 3 axles, 2 orbital axles and 1 rotary axle. And you get 3 backing plates. 2 small backing plates, 1 flat, 1 with a cushion in between, and 1 flat 75mm that's also here. I'm excited to give it a go. It feels really good. So let me get my yellow pad out of the Krauss machine. Here we go. And do the same kind of work. Here we go. Put on a little bit of polish. Again, Menzerna 2500. Like this. Before, so here. Yeah, doesn't look so good. Especially here. Okay, let me prime my pad a little bit. So with a little bit moisture, can also be water or pad conditioner. It's easier to divide the polish evenly over the surface. I really am like an idiot. Spread out the polish evenly. Speed it up. Feels good. Maybe vibrates a little bit more than the Krauss. But also if I put pressure on it, it keeps on going. And I would estimate that actually the 75mm pad is quite a pad on this kind of small built polisher. Yeah, polish is starting to clear up, which is good. I think I have to make a couple of more passes with this one than I have to do with the A75 from Krauss. There we go. Let's wipe away the rests. I do have some scratches left, and I do believe that the A75 is a little bit more powerful machine, and this is really more designed for even smaller areas. I think with the 25-30mm backing plate on it, more for that like detailing kind of work. But it definitely does polish. I compare it here with the Krauss, and I would say that the Krauss did a better job here than the Flex did here, but it's also not like a complete apple comparison. So, but hey, this is a test. We try to do it as equally as possible. So it's super smooth to operate. It's really well engineered. I cannot say differently. It's also very small and solid built. I love all the features and the tools that you get with this polisher. But is it powerful enough for swirls and scratches on rear bumpers? I am not quite sure. So, then the Rupes HLR 75. Let me first check our website for some specs. 75. This one. Kit, 13 items. Expensive, but with a certain kind of coupon code you get 10% off. Diehard CC24. You get 2 batteries, 1 charger, 1 polisher. You get some pads with it. You get some foam pads and wool pads with it. You get 2 small bottles of polish with it. Coarse and fine. It's actually quite a good deal. Get some microfiber towels with it. It comes in a sustainer that you can also click into each other if you have more of those. That's quite handy. It operates on 18 volts. It's only 1.1 kilograms. That's significantly lighter than the 1.7 of the Krauss. Yeah, looks good. Let me disconnect this almost empty battery because I've got here one on the charger. So we switch it. Full battery. Let me click it in the back of the machine. To be honest, it's a lovely machine. These carbon details. I have to say, when you spend money, it always looks good when it looks like you've spent money right. So buying some good tools is always spending money right. So let me see, it's a little bit different. You have to operate it here with this kind of lever. And here under your thumb, you have to put the speed setting. Sounds like an old Fiat. I'm not sure. Definitely is from Italy, 100%. So, let me put on my yellow pad. Let me put a couple of drops of menzerna on it. Oh yeah, first switch it off. Otherwise the polish is everywhere, especially around Megan with a camera. So, put 2 drops of polish on there. Let's go to the last section on the rear bumper. This section. Ooh, that's heavily swirled and scratched. Okay. Spread out the polish evenly. Where's the auto function? There is no auto function. So, speed it up. It is powerful, definitely. It's a powerful little Fiat. But wow, look at this thing go. And it vibrates a lot. So let me get my towel and let's check some results. But it does polish. It definitely does polish. Hey, this is how it was, Megan. Like this. And now we're here in only one step. So we've got some rest or some deeper scratches, but we're going to do that with a harder pad or even with wool. For one step. It definitely does polish. And if you would compare it, oh, there's a little bit of moisture and some dust. Krauss is also not bad at all. I think the Flex left the most rest swirls in it. It's also the least powerful. But the Rupes, wow. Yeah, there are some rest scratches, but for one step with a medium polish and a medium pad, impressed of the little Fiat. So let's put it all together and yeah, give it a go. My personal impressions, yeah, you don't have to value it or anything, but try to help you and guide you a little bit on what's available on the market and what's suitable for what kind of job. And with that, gives you some tips and some tricks and helps to guide you which kind of polisher fits for which purpose, and maybe it helps you a little bit before purchasing, so you purchase the right polisher. To sum it all up, I would say the Krauss with a price point around 400 euros is a very, very good solution if you polish A pillars, B pillars, C pillars, door jambs, trunk lids, small positions, maybe actually also headlights or lamels in the grille of a car. It's a really nice polisher, 75mm metal plate. It runs super smoothly. I would maybe even say from all the free machines, I think it operates most smooth based on that. The machine by itself is 1.7 kilo and the battery is large, so the battery is also around, let's say, 1 kilo. But while operating it on the rear bumper of the van, I didn't really feel like it. So it felt quite natural for me, not too heavy in the back of the machine, and with that it was still easy to balance the pad, so it's flat or as flat as possible on the surface, so it can run freely, and with that polish freely and very good. So I didn't have any issues with pad stalling whatsoever. Yeah, and we only did like a one-step polishing job with the yellow Delta pad and menzerna 2500 polish on it. So the results speak for themselves. Then the Flex, I would say the pros are the solution with all the axles that you can put in easily with a quick lock system. You can actually choose to have it orbital, you can choose to have it on a rotary drive, you can choose to have a 30mm backing plate for 1-inch pads, or you can have a 75mm backing plate, so it's up to 75mm or 3-inch pads. I'm not quite sure if it's in the battery or in the motor of the machine, but it's the least powerful of all three. So maybe it's a combination of both. I'm not an engineer, only a user. But it's a very handy tool, and it comes in a complete kit with a sustainer. That's also a pro, definitely a pro. I would suggest this not so much, for example, for let's say the rear bumper as we did here today, because it doesn't really have the power, the bite, the punch to spin that 75mm pad freely around with enough power. And also the switch, yeah, it was easy. It was not so easy for me to get the switch over, so it's like you have to get to know it. It's also a little bit of a difficult system. Speed settings on top are top, really. Yeah, you don't even need an auto setting anymore like you have on the Krauss. You just put it on speed where you want it and it goes. And it's with soft grip material, it's super well built, so that's really like a pro. I can actually understand that detailers for that small spots, so let's say around where the wipers are around door levers, for example, then I can really understand and relate to that you really would love the Flex PXE. So it's super versatile, maybe a little bit powerful, but I have to say I can really relate to it. If you do these small kind of stuff, 1 minute here, 2 minutes there, they can really relate to that. That's really a perfect solution for you. Yeah, then the Rupes HLR 75. First I thought, wow, the noise and the vibration, that was surprising for me. Also, there's not an auto function on it anymore, but with your hand you keep it like this so it stays in speed where you are. So in a way that also works. But I was astonished with the polishing results. It's maybe the best of all 3 machines on the rear bumper. So it spins the 75mm delta pads super good. The results of the polish with only the menzerna 2500 swirl remover is also super good. It's not too heavy. The shape may be a little bit different, but it operates easy and natural. And you know, it looks like you spent money with all the carbon details, the matte black finishes. It looks like a really serious tool. And you get it in a kit, in a cisterna, with polishers, with towels, with a charger, with 2 batteries, with pads, wool pads, foam pads. I would say, yeah, it's the most expensive one, but you definitely get value for your money. So yeah, these are my conclusions. I hope it helps you to guide you. So if you're searching for a battery polisher, for a compact battery polisher for small purposes, yeah, this is pretty much where you can choose from. You can find all machines and all specs on carcat24.eu. And by the way, at the Krauss one, you get it, it comes in boxes, so it doesn't come in a system where you can take it with you. So you need to organize your own detailing bag for that. That's also a little bit the contra of that one. But yeah, definitely hope this video helps you. If you didn't do it already, please hit the subscribe button and follow the Wheeler Detailers YouTube channel. So every week we push content over the internet regarding to professional detailing on real cars with real results. And also hit the thumbs up button under this video. So it really helps us to grow in the YouTube algorithm, and with that we can even make more cool content for you. So thank you very much for that. Really appreciate it. Bye bye.